Question 25. The diagram shows a square with two lines from a corner here to the middle of the opposite side. So this is actually the middle of this side here. The rectangle fits exactly inside these two lines and the square itself. What fraction of the square is occupied by the shaded rectangle? Okay, so let me construct this so that you can see. So that's the square. We've got one line that goes from here to the middle here. So this is the midpoint here, and we've got this line that goes here. And then we've got lines at right angles perpendicular here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this length here 1. And I'm going to call this length here 2, because it's a square. I'm going to label, and then I'm going to label this G and this E. And because that's the midpoint there and that's the midpoint here, I do actually have a horizontal line across the middle. So the area of the whole square equals to 4 units. The area of the triangle CED, so that's this one in here, equals, we've got 2 here, we've got 1 here. So it is half base times height. So 2 multiplied by 1 divided by 2. Therefore, we're looking at 1. This triangle is exactly the same as this triangle. So actually, the whole of the red area here is 2. So if I do the red area, so we've got is the area 2 units. So the whole thing is 4, and then these two are 2. So therefore, this middle section here must also be 2. They're similar, yes, alternate angles. Now, here, we've got an angle just here. These two are parallel lines, and therefore we've got, and also these two here are parallel lines. And what we've got is an angle that goes up here. So if this one here and this one here are our parallel lines, then what we've got is this transversal line here and this angle here and this angle here, sorry, this one in here. I'm going to call that theta, and I'm going to call that one theta. They're actually the same because they are alternate angles. So theta are alternate between those parallel lines. We've got a theta here, so we've got similar at the same angles here and here as well. And we're looking at the ratio of lines. So A to F, F being here, A to F, that distance there, in ratio to F to E, which is this here, is the same as the ratio B to G and A to B. So A to F, F to E is the same, that ratio is the same as G to B and A to B. Now we know G to B is 1 if A to B is 2, so this is 1 to 2. and it's exactly the same as E to F, F to G here, E to F, F to G, because this angle here is also theta. Again, parallel lines, we've got alternate lines going on here. So well, actually what we've got is this is theta, this is a right angle. So this is 180, subtract theta. If that's a right angle, and that's also the same as this angle just here. Therefore, this one has to be theta. So work it through using angles in 90 degrees to work out that these three angles are the same. So we've also got a ratio with E to F and F to G, but E to F is not on this side, it's actually this side with this larger triangle. So now we know that ratio, we can say that if A to F equals A, then F to E, so that's A to F, F to E. If A to F is A, so we're just going to call that dimension there, this bit just here, we're going to call A, then F E here is going to be 2A because it's in the ratio of 1 to 2. FG, therefore, if EF or FE is 1, then FG is going to be twice that. So FG equals 4A. Then if we're looking at those three triangles, now, obviously what I've done is I turned these round. So we're looking at this big triangle here is the 1. The middle triangle here and the small triangle 3. So this is the big triangle, this is the medium triangle, and this is the small triangle. If this is A, this is 2A. This length is the same as this length here. This is 4A. And then we're looking at different ones here. We don't have the same relationship. We don't like have a GF here. We're trying to find this big triangle, or we do actually know that we know what they are. We know it's 2 and a 1, but we need to find it in terms of A because these aren't dealing with 1s and 2s at the moment. So let's use what we've got to work out these. So using Pythagoras's, A squared, this, B squared equals H squared. Now, A is going to get a bit sticky here because we're using an A in here. We could make it a capital A for the purposes of today. So A squared, we're going to call this A, we're going to call this B. So A squared plus 2A all squared equals the square of AE. So this is 1A squared plus 4A squared. So we've got 5A squared equals AE squared. Therefore, AE equals the square root of 5A squared, which equals, we can take A out, so it's A root 5. So AE is A root 5. AE here is the same here as GC, AE is also the same as BG because that's 1, this is 1. We're looking at it being equal 1. So we've got AE equals BG, AB equals 2, AB equals 2BG. And because we know what AE is BG, we can substitute in 2BG here. So it's 2 multiplied by A root 5. And this is the same as one side of the square. So this is what we can call one side of this square here. And what we're asked to do is find out the fraction of the square in the rectangle, fraction of shaded area. So what we're going to do is find out the area of the whole square is this squared, which is the same as saying square the 2, square the A, square the root 5. And then the area of the rectangle because this is F, E, G, and H. These are the answers that we found just here. No, not just there. 4A, 2A, they're here, sorry. These answers here. And therefore the area of this rectangle equals 8A squared. And therefore the required fraction equals 8A squared divided by the whole. The A's cancel to 1. We've got 8/20, which is also 4/10, which is also 2/5. And that answer is B. Yeah, I can't imagine how I would have managed to do that in the time available and lots of other questions. So it is question 5 on the paper, sorry, 25 on the paper. It is difficult. It does have loads of steps. You have to make assumptions and look at the proportions to find out which lengths you have to deal with angles and parallel lines. Then you have to deal with Pythagoras' theorem in here to be able to find out how to describe the area of the square, area of the rectangle, and then you have to do it as a fraction. It blew my head. It blew my head. I looked at the answers to be able to work back to do it. It just wasn't something that I knew that I had to do so much to solve. I got part of the way there, didn't get all the way there. So in order to be able to present this to you, I looked at the answer to be able to work through how to get that in. I hope you have good luck in being able to solve it, and I hope you understand it. If you don't, just message me and I will help you to understand the different steps and talk through it again. Speak to you soon. Bye.